哎呦，哎，垮了垮了，哎喽！
你成個水仔啊！
Disaster returns with renewed vigor. Guizhou Province is sinking again. Just days after devastating flooding, people haven't even had time to recover. The alert level is at maximum. Tens of thousands have been evacuated. The city of Rongjiang is once again at the epicenter of the disaster. Why could it be worse this time? Watch to the end for the latest facts, candid testimony, and alarming predictions. Rongjiang, the second wave of horror, June 28th. The disaster has struck again. Rongjiang County, Guizhou Province, has once again declared an emergency situation. After a new round of downpours, the response level has been raised to the highest, the first. Up to 280 millimeters of rain fell on the region in 24 hours. This is a colossal volume of water. The river overflowed its banks. Streets turned into raging torrents. More than 41,000 people have been evacuated from the disaster zone. Their homes are either already flooded or could be swept away at any moment. Authorities in China have activated a red weather alert level, the highest on the national scale. Rescuers are working around the clock. Over 1,000 soldiers from the Armed Police Corps have been sent to Rongjiang. Along with them are heavy equipment, excavators, bulldozers, loaders. Their task is to clear debris, reinforce the banks, and evacuate people in an emergency. The Lishan district was particularly affected. Here, heavy rain caused a series of landslides. One of them came down directly on a residential high-rise building. There was so much water that even the rocky soil could not withstand it. Rescuers risked their lives wading through the muddy rubble to pull out the people who remained inside. According to preliminary reports, there were no fatalities, and that's a real miracle. Rongjiang County has seen more rainfall in the past 72 hours than in a normal month. The water rushed down the mountains at an alarming rate. Several communities have been cut off from the outside world. Bridges are destroyed. Some sections of roads were completely washed away. If you haven't signed up yet, do it now. Events like this can't be ignored. We're following them in real time and telling them unvarnished. And be sure to write in the comments, what struck you most? The second wave of flooding, landslides, or the scale of evacuations? The emergency response level in Rongjiang has been raised to the maximum level of 1. This means immediate mobilization. More than 1,000 armed police officers have been urgently dispatched to the disaster zone. Along with them are excavators, bulldozers, and loaders. Their task is to make their way to the cutoff areas, clear the debris, reinforce the banks, rescue people. It's a real race against time. Before the rains return, rescuers have just a few hours to save as many lives as possible. What is happening now is not an isolated incident. Just 4 days ago, the Rongjiang already experienced the largest flood in its history. The water level in the river then rose by 11 meters. The flow rate reached 11,400 cubic meters per second, an absolute record. The largest shopping center in the area was underwater. Underground parking lots, basements, and warehouses were completely flooded. Landslides destroyed a bridge on an expressway. The truck with the driver was literally on the edge of a cliff. The driver was rescued, but several cars fell into the gorge. Water supply and power grids were partially disrupted. More than half of the city remained underwater for 24 hours. The authorities urgently organized emergency shelters for thousands of families. Guizhou Province has found itself at the epicenter of a national disaster. According to authorities, more than 80,000 people have been evacuated in the first wave alone. 13 rivers have overflowed their banks, and now, just 4 days later, the disaster is back. With a new wave of rain, new landslides, new devastation. Forecasters are warning there is a high probability of further downpours in the region. The ground is already saturated with moisture. This means that any new wave of precipitation could be fatal. The risk of repeated landslides and secondary floods is extremely high. We live in a world where nature is testing us more and more often. Subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't get left behind. We tell you about the most important things, tested and honest. And please share your opinion in the comments. What of what you have seen is alarming to you? What should the authorities do? And are we ready for new disasters?